Conjuring, The Devil Made Me Do It is directed by Michael Chavez, who directed The Curse of La Llorona, which is a movie I did not really like that much, but he apparently got the reins to helm an actual Conjuring movie and bases this story off of the Devil Made Me Do It case, in which a boy was possessed by a demon, or actually was cursed by a demon. Then the curse went into his brother, and he is convicted of manslaughter, and Ed and Lorraine Warren are trying to figure out who is responsible for the curse. Now, I really enjoy the Conjuring universe. Some of the spin-off movies I did not really enjoy. I did not like The Nun. As I said, The Curse of La Llorona is bad. The first Annabelle was bad. But Annabelle 2 and 3 and the rest of the Conjuring films have all been pretty good, in my opinion. So, going into this film, I was kind of scared because even though I did enjoy this universe, I have mixed feelings on it as a whole in terms of the quality of the movies. And sometimes with the third film, it's not going to be as good as the rest of the movie. There's only a rare few chance that the third film is the best. Return of the King and War for the Planet of the Apes, in my opinion. And here, even though it is definitely the lesser of the films, I still found enjoyment in this movie. The horror aspects, while not as scary as the first two, I'll get into that in my negatives, still for the most part I could picture two events, or actually three events, in which I was actually terrified. Not because they were jump scare scenes, it's tension building up to something that actually is relevant and actually put me off that point. It is still pretty much scary. The tension is real at points. The cinematography is beautiful and helps the aesthetic of the film feel claustrophobic at times. It is just a well-directed film this time around. That's surprising because this is from the director of The Curse of La Llorona, one of the worst films in this series, so he's definitely improving himself as a filmmaker. The actual story itself is kind of my biggest problem. While I am interested in the aspect of the Devil Made Me Do It case, I want to see more of the actual case and court hearings, kind of see how that plays off and ties into the story, but there wasn't much of that aspect of the film. It's only like a little bit in the beginning. And then the rest is like a fun Conjuring movie that I really enjoyed still. But still, that aspect of the story I felt could have been like something really different and cool to explore in this film, but they never did that. But the opening, oh man, I really enjoy the opening. These films always have really good openings, and this one is no exception. It opens up very well, gets you to know what's going on, what the story is all about, the tension is there. It is just a great opening. And the actors, Patrick Wilson and Vera Farmiga, are great in their roles as Ed and Lorraine Warren. I really bought their chemistry here, their struggles here. I love their interactions and their ways of trying to solve this curse and trying to figure out who's doing it. And you can really tell that they love each other. Their relationship is still as strong as ever, basically. And the actors still do a great job. And I know that is like obvious to some people, but these actors could easily like not give a crap about the roles and be tired of it at this point, but still they're giving out good performances and letting us care about their situations they're in. And that is good that these actors have that much dedication to these people, these real life people. And now to my negatives, it is definitely not as scary. There's way too many times where there are jump scares that just lead to a big boom, and that's something that I don't feel like James Wan would have done if he had helmed it. When James Wan helms his movies, even though it does have a jump scare, it's not like a false one. It actually leads to something scary and you are at unease the rest of the time. He doesn't like give out false scares. But there are times in this movie where when there's like nothing happening, there'll be like a loud boom when there's like tension building towards something. Sometimes he does take the James Wan route, but sometimes it doesn't really go out that way, and it really does annoy me. Also, the characters in the Devil Made Me Do It case are not as engaging, in my opinion, to me, as with some of the other cases they were in, that the Warrens had to like solve. So yeah, that's kind of a negative in my opinion. I just didn't care much about the story overall, and I felt like it was lacking in some areas. But overall, while it is not as scary and the story could be lacking, I did find myself enjoying a good chunk of the movie, mostly because of Ed and Lorraine Warren, the actors portraying them. The story still overall flowed very well. The scariness, the horror aspect was still there. And for the most part, while it is the lesser of the films, I still recommend it. I'm going to give The Conjuring, The Devil Made Me Do It, a B. Thank you guys so much for watching. People like, subscribe, comment, and I'll see you guys next time.